Okay, so just a short video tonight, as you can probably see from the timestamps, as I just wanted to give a small update about the channel. It's been about 3 weeks since I last posted a video, and that's probably close to the longest, if not the longest, gap between posting videos since I started this channel about a year ago. And the update I want to give to the regular watchers is that I'm just going to be taking a little bit of a break from posting for a little while, as doing this channel has started to wear on me a little bit. Originally it was fun and I was enjoying it, I was taking value from it and I felt like I was providing value, but recently it's just started to drain on me a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you. Over the past couple of weeks, when I've been trying to think up topics or look up in ideas for what to talk about on the channel, I've just been feeling wholly uninspired. I don't think this is necessarily what's happening, but it feels like things have just been a bit stuck in the mud in sort of what's being reported in the news and things like that, which is often where I get ideas of what may be worth talking about. It just seems like we're in a rut of, there's a new variant, maybe the vaccines won't work. Oh, the vaccines still work. Maybe they won't against this new variant. But people aren't taking enough of the vaccine anyway. We can't get enough people vaccinated, and repeat. And that's just a bit dull to keep talking about, to be honest. That's also not to mention the level of hyper polarization and politicization that's in this pandemic and associated with it. Everything around masking, which today seems like it's changing, at least in the United States. The CDC have released new guidelines for anyone who hasn't seen. And of course the origins, the politicization and polarization around that story, which again seems like it's having a little tide turn in the scientific consensus. And of course vaccines. All of that's kind of just draining on me a little bit, that feeling uninspired and not really wanting to talk about some of the topics. I guess it's a degree of burnout around the channel. And then if I look into the scientific literature for some inspiration, that's also not really helping a great deal either. So I just went to PubMed a second ago and had a search for COVID. So PubMed is the main hub for finding scientific papers. I searched COVID and PubMed has a little ticker that tells you how many papers have been published in a certain time frame. This year there's been 52,811 COVID papers published. That works out to roughly 400 a day. And that's just impossible to keep up with. And a huge amount of that is really bad science as well. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, please no one be offended. But there's just a lot of bad science. Controls missing, bad experimental setups, probably a lot of outright fraud from paper mill papers, just made up data. All those kind of things in these 400 papers a day. And just that in of itself is draining, let alone trying to think about what might be good to talk about on the channel. And finally, just doing the channel, the physical act of doing the channel, is getting tiring as well. It's just me who does this. And I reckon that from finding ideas, writing up some notes, writing up a loose script for what I want to say, recording the video, editing the video, I'm not a good video editor, as you may have noticed, checking the video's okay, editing it again if it's not, posting it, all of that probably takes about 6 to 8 hours of my time. And that's always being done after a full day's work to post the day after, because I want to have that timestamp for today is whatever date it is and keep everything as relevant as possible. I'm just starting to feel that that time could be better spent. I'm not making any money off this channel. I was doing it sheerly for the fun of doing it and the enjoyment of talking about science and the fact I felt I was contributing something. But I don't feel those things at the minute, and I think therefore the time could be better spent. I don't have anyone else relying on me. I don't have a co-host or anything to help me out, so I just feel like my time could be better spent reading a book or going for a run or going to the gym, doing some exercise now that things are opening up, or trying to keep up with the 400 COVID papers that are published a day for my job. Those kind of things could be better uses of my time. With all that said though, I'm not closing down the channel. I'm just taking a small hiatus. This is the end of season 1, or maybe season 2, because I think I've used that metaphor or that idea before. But after 59 videos, I'm just taking a little break. COVID isn't going to go away. This virus we won't eradicate. It's too far gone for that as an opportunity. So there's always going to be new things to talk about. I just need to take a little break, take a step back for a little while to remember why I enjoyed doing this video in the first place. Anyway, with all of that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching any of the past videos you may have watched. I really do appreciate the views and the positive comments. As always, please stay safe, wash your hands, follow appropriate guidelines about masks, and if you've been vaccinated, I guess, and keep calm and carry on. We are getting through this pandemic.